Hey guys, I'm gonna put y'all here, but I got a list. I'm going to be, and since the Saints lost to the Vikings in heartbreaking fashion last week, in honor for that game, I'm doing my top 5 most heartbreaking Saints losses that I've watched. So, like the 49ers playoff game, the Beast Mode game, it's not going to be on this list. You want to know why? Because I didn't see it happen. So, let's just get started. So this goes up until the 27, or like our last game of the 2017 season. But at number 5, I got, but if I was trying to put it like say I was trying to put like a 1987 playoff game on here, I wouldn't be able to do that because I wouldn't be able to say what happened. But number 5, I got the 2019 Vikings NFC wildcard game. And here's why it's heartbreaking, okay? It's one thing to lose a playoff game to the same team. We lost to the same team twice. And you're gonna understand why I said same team in a couple seconds. This is not the first time you're gonna hear this name. In fact, 2 out of this 5 are repeats. Well, not repeats of the same game, but same team. So really, there's only like 3 teams on this list that we lost to, but 5 spots. In the 2019 NFC wildcard game versus the Vikings, everybody on their mama thought the Saints were gonna win. Because I remember before the game, I think 1 week before, they were showing us replays. That back when I had that channel, they were showing us replays of the Minneapolis Miracle. And somebody said, and I still remember this, somebody said that the Saints might have a chance on Sunday. So I was on the wagon. And I said that the Saints were probably going to win. And I was excited. Super excited. But by the 2019, fantastic year. That is the best year I've ever watched football. But back to this. Saints Vikings in the game. I remember watching the game. And Taysom Hill was going crazy. I know, see Derek Carr. He was still in Oakland. That was actually, I think, the last year in Oakland, but it's alright. He was still in Vegas. He was still in Oakland. Drew Brees having a decent game. The first half, we were struggling. We were down by 10 points going into the fourth quarter. But we were clawing back. Dalvin Cook fumbled the ball, and the Saints scooped and scored for a go-ahead touchdown to give us the lead. Except, let me move my light up so right here. Okay, there we go. Wait, no. All right. But Dalvin Cook fumbled the ball. We picked it up, ran in for a touchdown to give us the lead. They reviewed it. Dalvin Cook was down. And he was way down. But it's okay. The Saints got the ball back anyway. We forced a 3-and-out. But the last drive, I think we committed a false start penalty. And we still had one more timeout. And the clock was running. So instead of calling that timeout, we let there be a 10-second runoff. So we had to immediately kick the field goal a couple plays later. And we made it. We're going into overtime. But that is heartbreaking. Here's why it was heartbreaking. The Vikings got the ball first. It's okay. We gotta stop and win the game. Kirk Cousins, who has not won a playoff game yet, till this moment. Those are deep ones to Stephon Diggs. It's a first and goal at the 2-yard line. But the Saints still got 4 straight plays to do something. They only needed 3. But on that third play, Kirk Cousins threw it to Kyle Rudolph in the back of the end zone for a touchdown, which should have been offensive pass interference, but there was no call. Saints lose in heartbreaking fashion. That's just number 5. If you thought that was heartbreaking, that's just number 5. No, these are not all playoff games. Well, one of them's not a playoff game, and it's actually this one. Number 4 was actually last year. We were playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If we win the game, we take over first place in the division. If we lose, then we just suck and continue to suck. We were up 16-3 we were up 16-3 with 2 minutes left against Tom Brady. We were up 16-3 with 2 minutes left. Tom Brady throws a deep pass to Mike Evans. He didn't catch it, but pass interference on Paulson and Debo. And since it was in the end zone, the ball gets placed at the 1-yard line. Next play, touchdown. But it's okay. We're up 16-10. We're still holding on. Saints go 3 and out. Buccaneers get the ball right back with 2 minutes to work with. Tom Brady does Tom Brady things. Drives all the way up and down the field. The Buccaneers score a touchdown, but hold on, there's a flag. Offensive penalty on Tampa Bay. So they get pushed back 10 yards and no touchdown. But then 2 plays later, they get the touchdown anyway. And we end up losing the game and ultimately losing the division. And that was the last time the Saints ever played Tom Brady. We still own them, but they own us right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's just heartbreak. But back to some of this. Number 3. In the year 2020, we're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers 2020. I was hyped. Going into that game. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because the Saints won 2 straight games versus Tampa. One of them was a blowout. And then I thought it was possible. We could sweep the Buccaneers and beat them 3 times in 1 year. And this was Drew Brees' last career game. This is the last time we saw Drew Brees take a snap in the NFL. And his last throw was an interception. And his last touchdown pass was to Traquan motherfucking Smith. That's heartbreaking enough. But that's not why it's heartbreaking. The Saints, they're going back and forth to Tampa. They get the lead. We're up by 7. We have possession. If we score another touchdown, we're up by 14 with all the momentum. Drew Brees passed to Jared Cook. Jared Cook run, and Jared Cook fumbled the ball. Bucs scored a touchdown. Then the Buccaneers scored 10 straight points. Drew Brees threw like 4 interceptions that game. Saints lose. And not only did the Buccaneers, who are in our division, beat us in the playoffs, but they won the Super Bowl that year. And that's just number 3. These next 2 games, I might start tearing up at this point. And just so you know, number 5 started Hurricane Mike. Back when we were losing, I was just taking it. I didn't even know what losing was at that point. Well, I did know, but I wasn't as emotional, or I wasn't as emotionally invested. But number 5 started Hurricane Mike. As soon as we lost to Minnesota, I was angry. But yeah. Number 2, you'll probably know these next 2. Number 2, I got the 2018 year. The Saints arguably are the best team in Saints history. And in 2018, a chance to go to the Super Bowl in our house, because we are at home. A chance for glory. A chance to get back to the Super Bowl. The Saints were cruising. Saints were up 13-0 over LA. But you want to know what happened next? Do you want to know what happened next? The Rams, they make it 13-10, but we got a touchdown to go up by 10, so I'm still calm. I said the Saints are going to the Super Bowl. It's 20-20. An amazing catch gets us deep into Rams territory. All we need is a field goal. That's all we need. It's 3rd and 10. Drew Brees throws it up to Tommy Lee Lewis. And he gets banged. He gets hit in the head by Nickel Roby Coleman. And there was no flag. There was no flag. To this day, I wonder. Because the Saints were not losing to the damn Patriots that year. We were not losing to the Patriots that year. I'm convinced we were not losing to the Patriots that year. And just like old Saints fashion, we get the field goal. We're up by 3, but the Rams, they go right down the field and answer with a 57-yarder or something like that to tie the game going to overtime. Saints get the ball first. If they score a touchdown, they not only get momentum, but then the game's over. We win and go to the Super Bowl. Then we go to Atlanta. We can win the Super Bowl in our division, in our rival's house. The 2018 Rams, man. Drew Brees throws it up. It gets tipped. No, it does not get tipped. Drew Brees gets hit as he throws. Not only did the refs miss the defensive holding call in overtime as well, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are right there. They run the ball 3 straight times, get probably 5 yards out of all of them. And they kick the field goal. 57-yarder. Greg Zuerlein hits it, and the Rams win. But it's okay. Because none of those games are as heartbreaking as number 1. The most heartbreaking game I've witnessed in New Orleans Saints history since 2018. Technically 2017, but who's counting, right? You got the 2017 Minnesota Vikings. We are on the road to Minnesota. They crushed us in week 1. But it's alright, because back then they had Sam Bradford, who was alright, as we thought. We thought he was okay. They got Case Keenum. You in the back, do you know who Case Keenum is? You don't? Okay. Well, you're gonna know him now. The Saints are down 20-0 going into the half. Or something like that. But in the to end the third quarter, the Saints get a touchdown. So it's 20-7. The game's still not over. But then Marcus Williams, who is the man of the hour, gets the interception and runs it back. And then the Saints have perfect advantage in his down. Then the Saints right down the field for another touchdown. And all of a sudden we're down by 6. The Saints, Drew Brees throws it up and Alvin Kamara gets himself a touchdown that gives us the lead. But then the Vikings, they go down the field, they get a field goal. We're only down by 2. It's 4th and 10 and also Taysom Hill had a blocked punt, which I believe gave us that touchdown. Or helped us get that touchdown at least. And then it was 4th and 10. If the Saints don't get at least 10 yards, the game's over and our season's over. If we win, we can go to Philly for the NFC Championship game. But that's not what happened. You want to know what happened? We pick up those 10 yards. Keep the chains moving. But then we stall out. Instead of taking more time off the clock, with 24 seconds, we got ourselves for a field goal. Will Lutz, he was the money man back then. He hits it. Alvin Kamara starts dancing. By the way, did I mention this was my first ever... Well, I did mention that, but I'm being sarcastic. Did I ever mention that this was my first ever game actually knowing what the Saints are, or who the Saints are? I didn't know who Cam Jordan was. I didn't know who Drew Brees was. Well, I know Drew Brees was because everybody was talking about him. But I didn't know who some of these guys were. I didn't know about no Michael Thomas. So I'm just watching the game. I was asking my grandpa a bunch of questions. Then I just watch Sean Payton starts doing the skull chant to troll the Viking fans. But if only you knew. It's 3rd and 10. Marcus Williams playing safety. Dennis Allen being stupid on the defensive side of the ball, like he always was. But we were just too blind to see it. Case Keenum throws it up to Stephon Diggs, the crybaby man himself. He catches the ball. Marcus Williams, all you gotta do is tackle him. But he runs all the way for a touchdown. And that was the last we've ever heard of the old dominant Saints. Those were my top 5 heartbreaking losses. Like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on, and I'm out.